Okay.
Hi, I'm Nitish Bhushan. I'm at Oxford Bookstores in Noida, and this is absolutely my kind of place. I thought let me come here and check out the books which are here and some of the books that I can suggest to you as readers. My own interests are in the genres of strategy, economy, history, mythology, and astrophysics. So let me check what can I find over here. Okay, the first book which I see is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Very, very relevant in these days, given all the mess up is happening between India and China on the borders. So, Sun Tzu in great details speaks about deception and rapidity. If I were to summarize the entire strategy of Sun Tzu, it would boil down to just these two words: deception and rapidity. So some of the things that he speaks about in the book, right? So if you are ready for war, you should appear as if you're weak. If you are weak, you should appear as if you're very much ready for war. If you're near to your enemy, you should appear as if you're far away from the borders. And if you're far away from the borders, you should appear very near, right? So this is the doctrine of deception. Then he speaks about rapidity, that the response or the initiative has to be so rapid, that the enemy doesn't even have the time to react. And that's what we typically see how the Chinese nation has evolved. It will be stupid to say that the Chinese nation only works on these doctrines. I'm sure they have other ones, but this is what the book talks about. While we are on, the topic of strategy and managing national strategy, the other book that comes to my mind and which is very, very close to my heart is the Kautilya's Arthashastra, and this is where it is. It's a thick book by Mr. L.N. Rangarajan, very thick book, and people would feel that it's easy to get bored, but no, it is absolutely not so. Especially for people who have great interest in policy, in foreign policy, in administration, right, in government relations. I think this is the book which is worth its weight in gold. So don't worry about the size. The size really doesn't matter, because what the wisdom that you're getting is nearly immense, right? The book speaks. So I was telling you about Sun Tzu, The Art of War, right? Where Sun Tzu gives great details of how war is to be conducted. War is just a subset of what the great Kautilya writes in Arthashastra. So Arthashastra is about administering and managing a country so that the prosperity in the country grows. Citizens grow prosper, and even the governments prosper. So that's what the Arthashastra is about, right? He talks of war, he talks of peace. Kautilya also talks about deception and rapidity, but there are multiple other things he talks about. Now, if I were to single out two things, I'll give you two examples which might actually surprise you. The first one is that he gives details of how to write business communication. You heard me right. He tells you how to write business letters, right? Letters that mean business. The second thing which you can, and there are multiple things, but the second thing which really struck me about the book is that Kautilya outlines 40 ways in which funds can be embezzled. If you know a 41st way, please write to me on my Instagram handle. It is author Nitish Bhushan. I've researched as much as I could, and I still haven't found a 41st way of embezzling funds. And mind you, this book was written 2,500 years ago, right? So that was a wisdom which still continues. Let's look at some of the other books that I can lay my hands on. Yeah, I see what the economy needs now. Great. So shifting gears from economy as a subset of the nation to let's say how to fix the economy right now. So this book has been written by greats. It's a book that contains 14 chapters, which has been written by 13 different economists, and all of them are masters at their game. So let me show you the book. And these are all the economists. The notable ones are Abhijit Banerjee. He's a Nobel laureate. Then we have Geeta Gopinath, who's the chief economist at IMF. We have Raghuram Rajan. All of us know who Raghuram Rajan is, right? And of course we have Sajid Chenoy. So these are the greats when it comes to, and mind you, it's not that the other are any less illustrious, but these four names are those, I think, who strike a quick rapport, right? And the way they've written this book, let me open up a chapter. I think all of them have done a beautiful job of writing these chapters. So all of the authors all of the paper writers, the way they've done is that they've described problems at the very beginning of the chapter, the problems which they want to address. And then in the chapter, they have addressed these problems. And at the end of the chapter, they've summarized their solution, right? So we don't miss out on anything. Now, I understand economics can be jargon heavy, but to their credit, all of these grades have tried to keep it as less jargony as possible, right? So I think it's a great read for people who want to understand what economy is and how an economy works and what can be done to fix the economy. Now, one thing which you must note is that this book was published in 2019, much before coronavirus happened, right? So, while some of what the book says may not be immediately applicable, I'm sure we will pass the corona phase, and when we do, there are pearls of wisdom that can be looked into this book. What else? Okay, so, this is again another of my favorites, the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. It's a book written by Al Ries and Laura Ries. There are 22 laws in which they describe how branding can be approached, right? The book is full of examples of industry. You can say a little bit of a drawback is that the examples are from the US industry, right? So while we may not relate to them immediately and easily, you go through the book, you read the examples, you know what the persons are talking about. So if you're a student in a B school, or if you're a student of branding, I think treat this book as curriculum. The insights are really, really deep. And if you're a practicing brand manager, or let's say a marketing manager, please do give this book a look, give this book a read. It tells you what to do and what not to do when it comes to the world of branding. Amazing book. What are the other books? Let me check. Yeah, I can see one there. Okay, this is again one of my all-time favorites, A Brief History of Time by Professor Stephen Hawking. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, know who Professor Stephen Hawking is. In recent times, there was a movie on him, which was The Theory of Everything. And he actually does cover the theory of everything in this book as well. So the book starts from the beginning of time, which is basically the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang Theory. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the Big Bang Theory. And it covers our understanding of the universe as we know it right now. It talks about black holes, it talks about singularity, it talks about light, the speed of light, right? And ultimately it comes to the topic of unifying different theories of physics. So, marrying the forces of gravity and electromagnetism with the forces with nuclear forces, right? So which is basically quantum mechanics. Now this is a problem that physicists have been grappling with, I must say, over the last 50 to 60 years, of how to marry quantum mechanics, which is a physics that takes place in subatomic particles, with physics as we know it in general, right? The final word on this has still not been reached, but I'm sure it will be reached soon. This is a book for somebody who wants to understand what black holes are about, how the universe came into being, what is time, did we manufacture time, or does time actually exist? So I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but do pick it up. It's an amazing, amazing read. And let me now move to the mythology or the religion section. This is another book. Devdutt Pattanaik's Myth is Equal to Mithya. So I don't think I have to introduce Devdutt Pattanaik at all, right? He's a person who's well known by everyone, especially when he came up with the Devlok series, which ran on the Epic channel and is also readily available. I think I'm told it's on Netflix or Amazon, one of these. It's there, right? So you can watch and you can understand a lot about myth as well as mithya. Now, my favorite piece in the book, let me figure out if I can quickly get it, is where correct. So it's there right in the introduction. So where he distinguishes mithya from the sat. So mithya was a truth as seen through a frame of reference, and sat was truth independent of any frame of reference, right? And that's a very powerful statement, because that tells you what myth and what sat is. So as Devdutt explains, myth is my truth, what I consider to be true, right? You may have your own truth, I have my own truth. As far as both of us respect each other's truths, it's absolutely fine. That's a good principle of coexistence. The book obviously covers a lot of other things. It's a very very interesting read. So if you want to start your journey into mythology, especially Hindu mythology, I think this is where you begin. Before I close, and I'm myself an author. I've very recently written a book. It goes by the name Love Swipe Blackmail. Please do check it out. It's there in Oxford bookstores. I'm told it's doing great, and the response to the book is really awesome. Right, so please do check it out, and please do check me out on my socials. My handle is author Nitish Bhushan. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on Oxford bookstores in Noida.